Shalom Aleichem, everybody. This week is Parshat Bamidbar, and Shabbos leads right into Chag HaShavuos. And therefore, I thought it was appropriate just to share a quick idea. The Torah opens up in this week's Parsha, Vayidaber Hashem al Moshe lemor, b'midbar Sinai b'oel moed, b'echad lachodesh hasheni b'hashana hashenis l'tzeisa me'eretz Mitzrayim lemor. So the Torah starts off the Sefer identifying specifically that Hashem is speaking to Moshe Rabbeinu b'midbar Sinai, specifically in the Midbar. And it's no coincidence whatsoever. And Chazal point out in the Midrash Rabbah, in the beginning of this week's Parsha, that the Torah itself was given at Sinai. And indeed, Klal Yisrael's formative years of formation happened in a Midbar, in a desert specifically. And there's certainly a tremendous amount of imagery that is very significant when one thinks about a desert. The desert is dead. It's desolate. You look at it, nothing grows in the desert. The only thing that does grow, cactus trees, which are very, very sharp, prickly, stark. It's a place that is devoid of life, and even the life that does exist, scorpions and snakes, seemingly to be a very negative kind of atmosphere to go ahead and receive the Torah, to go ahead and have the formation of Knesset Yisrael. That's on the one hand. But on the other hand, a midbar, a wilderness, a desert is phenomenally vast. There's a beauty that you have. And perhaps the most important feature of a desert is 100% silence. It's quiet. There's no noise in the desert. There is no clutter in the desert. No buildings, no factories, no offices, no cell phones, no sports, nothing. There is nothing in the desert, which means that sound reverberates in the desert. Sound can be heard for miles upon miles in the desert. It really travels. There's nothing to block the sound. And perhaps that's exactly the point. Rabbi Cardozo points out that in a desert, sound can really penetrate. It's a perfect medium to go ahead and transmit a voice, a specific voice, a unique voice, a heavenly voice. And perhaps Dafka in a desert is where you have Kabbalah Satorah, where Hashem communicates in the most direct fashion, and that communication can really penetrate, can really enter into a person's depths. And that's why the Torah is given b'midbar Sinai, and Bnei Yisrael has their growth and their formation in Midbar Sinai. Because there, all the other voices, all the other sounds, all the other clutter, they don't exist in a desert. In a desert, you're free to hear the voice. And perhaps that's the message. And while we live in a very, very hustle and bustle world, and there's a lot of distraction, there's a lot of clutter, there's a lot of background noise that sometimes muffles the voice of Torah and the voice of Hashem. But we should try, whether it's once a week on Shabbos, other points in our day, to try and cut out that clutter, a little bit of that clutter, to enable ourselves to hear that heavenly voice. Perhaps that's the message of Sefer Bamidbar. Perhaps that's the message of Kabbalah Satorah happening in a midbar, that in that place where you can go ahead and clear some of that noise, you have the opportunity to really have a true sense of Kabbalah Satorah. That's really what a yeshiva is all about as well. That's what a Beis Medrash is about, is cut out the noise, cut out the background music, and be able to hear that voice. You should all be zocheh to have a tremendous Chag Matan Torah Sameach of true growth in learning in Torah, in Yiddishkeit, and really allowing ourselves to hear that penetrating and powerful heavenly voice.